Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the UTLR Live Studios. I am your man on the mic, UTLR Storm, and alongside me tonight we've got special guests that y'all. One of them y'all haven't heard of before, and one of them you have only one time this season. Uh, to introduce Mo in the hole right alongside me. Mo, what is up, my man?
What is going on? I'm glad to be here. A three-time defending champ. Excited to watch the Truck Series, and seeing them at Indy is going to be insane. Got some high speeds and got some maybe new potential winners in the series as well.
Yeah, without a doubt, Indy's going to be an amazing show. What a race! I mean, we don't get to experience these in these Cup cars, so it's going to be uh, amazing to see what kind of talent there is out on this track tonight in this Truck Series.
Absolutely.
And then alongside on my right hand side, I've got my teammate in the Cup Series and one of our admins that's actually new to the adminship team on UTLR. His first time commentating this year, Crimson Sniper. What's going on, homie?
Hello, hello. Glad to be here. Appreciate the offer to do this. Looking forward to watching some great racing and see who comes out on top.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts about Indy? I mean, you haven't raced this track actually technically at all in this series. Maybe a couple times last year, but you're fairly new with us, and so I don't think you've actually gotten to race Indy in a league setting. But what's your thoughts about the track as a general?
It always seems like it produces great races. Like you said, I haven't actually had a chance to race in the league setting, but in practices and just kind of having some fun runs, it's always been a challenging track. You got to keep an eye on the guys around you and kind of have an idea of what your game plan is all throughout the race and stick with it.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm curious to see. My biggest question is uh, who's going to be the first one to screw up turn one? Because I think both of us can, or all three of us can agree that somebody's going to screw up turn one, either undercut the corner or most of the time probably undercut it and send somebody up the track because they screwed up that corner.
Yeah, if you go down into the grass or hit that rumble strip or something, you are spinning. There's no way in saving it. And once one car's spinning, if it's first, second, third, yeah, we're gonna get a big one into turn one. There's just no stopping it. I think I've seen it in Xfinity trucks and the Cup Series while racing in this league.
I've seen it every series as well. It's somebody's going to bite it. It be them on their own doing, or they may have a little bit of help from the outside. Because if you pinch somebody down onto that uh, rumble, you're going to hook the grass and you're going around. And unfortunately, that's going to be on the outside lane's fault. But it's
Yes.
going to be an honor to see how these drivers do battle. We got 15 drivers on track tonight. And before we get too far into tonight, I do want to shout out to our new graphics. Y'all can see we got the outline of the blue and red outlining our main broadcast screen and our banner up top with our updated um, handles for social media, as you also saw on the starting the stream soon. Those are all of our new handles. So we got all that updated for you, and our two primary sources are looking right above you at UTR Live on YouTube and UTR Live on Twitch. The Twitch one has not changed, but the YouTube one was showing the Instagram, and I got it switched over to the YouTube, and it was Under the Lights Racing. Obviously, it switched over to UTR Live. It's been that way for some time, but it has not been updated in our broadcast. So now all of our social media handles are updated from Facebook to YouTube to Twitch to Instagram to X to TikTok. All five are active and up and going. So we're very excited to have all that updated. So thanks to the people that helped me out with that. But with tonight, we've got um, a hometown boy actually racing in the truck series tonight, and that is A Racing Edge. We'll probably call him Edgington or Edge. Uh, he is hometown from Indiana, so this is a hometown track for him. He hopped in and said, "You know what? I gotta run this one because it is hometown." But he is running a special scheme tonight to represent the song "Back Home Again in Indiana." So we'll take a look at that scheme once he does hit the track. Uh, but Crimson, you want to kind of take us through our 15th through 10th in the starting lineup?
Absolutely. So, we'll kind of start towards the back of the field. You know, you got VFL Hack sitting in the back, man. He's been just kind of, sitting back and watching him all season. He's been right there, kind of front of the pack to mid pack, and he's been pretty aggressive. But Hack has always been a great racer to be with, and he's always clean. Does very best to make sure that he doesn't get into you or mess up your race, while also being the best that he can be.
Yeah, and Hack is also subbing for Toby Welsh. He is not able to make it tonight, so Hack filling in for that number 33 truck. So you'll see him in a different truck than what you're used to, usually in that number 6 truck. And then starting 14th in the number 20 truck, we also have Mr. J in that Chevrolet. He's going to be starting kind of near the back, having a couple issues in qualifying, didn't run the best time that he wanted to, but this track is a little bit more favored towards him. Not It's one of his better tracks, but he's just not in the top five competitive bracket just yet. So starting 13th, we also have number 18 truck of Lowbroke. Starting 12th is the 26 of R. Denny. Starting 11th is the 88 of Drake. Starting 10th is the number 15 of Go Dogs. Probably one of his better starting spots this season. He hasn't raced much, but out of the starts that he has made, it's very awesome to see him starting inside top 10. Starting ninth in the number 56, making his return after being gone for active duty for a month, was Mountain Ranger. He's making his truck series return, so we're very excited to see him back on track after a month of being away. Glad he is back home safe to his family. We thank him for his service. Starting 8th is the number 99 of Flash Champ. Starting 7th is the number 34 of Edge. Starting 6th is the number 68 of INF. Starting 5th is the number 10 of Dusty Stud, who will be providing our POV this evening. So thank you, Dusty, for doing that. And Mo, you want to go over our top four?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So for the top four tonight, we got Morton, aka HD, and we got Deep in third. You never know what you're gonna get out of Deeport. He is a madman on the wheel. So good
He
to see
is.
him up in the top three. He'll be mixing it up with them. Second, we got Clader. Clader's coming off a big cup win from last week, from our longest race of the season. So he's got some momentum. And then you got LRS. And LRS, he's fast every week. I feel like in every single series. Just depends if he can capitalize. But I think all three of those guys will be a factor. And honestly, going all the way back to ninth, Mountain Ranger, he might be a factor too. He was a factor in the Cup Series last week, and he is back and ready. So if he can get through some traffic and everything, I think he could get his way up there. And Dusty's always a factor too. He has been oh so close, but just hasn't grasped that first win yet. So I feel like something crazy might happen tonight. If we got high drafting and high speeds, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is that draft package. At Indy, it's on normal draft, but that draft feels like a high draft because if you lose it, you're done. You gotta stay in that draft. You gotta stay in that line. If you lose it, you're gonna fall off pace from the rest of the field, no matter what vehicle you're in, if it be trucks or the Cup Series. You're gonna lose it.
Yeah, absolutely. People are those long straightaways. People are gonna use that draft and try to suck up all the way to the back bumper and get some huge runs. Um, or they might just, push them all the way through like it's a super speedway in some cases, at least at the beginning and middle of the race. So we shall see what happens. I feel like with Indy, it's usually a good race in this series. I feel like we've had many good Indy races. As long as it's not the Indy Roval, that's all right.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be back with the Cup Series next year on the new game for Cup Series racing action from the Indy Oval. But till then, we gotta stick with the Indy Roval, which we do not run at all. Thank God that we don't do that. So uh, I I put out a video not too long ago about the Homestead Roval, and I think some leagues have caught on to that because they'd rather race it than the Indy Roval after seeing how we ran it. So um, I'm glad to see that expanding out into the league community. And speaking of communities, shout out to the sponsor, our Xbox One esports racing community. Without the drivers, without people like us, without everybody that supports UTLR as a whole, we could not do any of this without you. So, Marty, Rock NASCAR, you're awesome at what you do. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for UTLR in season 6. We hope to make you proud this season. We've made you proud so far with the historic finishes and the insane craziness racing. And also, we return to racing next week in the Cup Series at Talladega. And Rock is actually taking his second start in the Project 27 cars. So he gets to return as a sponsor after kicking off the season in Daytona, where that was honestly shaky. That was rough. But we got everything settled out now, and he gets to return to a more iconic super speedway, Talladega. So it would be awesome to have our sponsor back with us on track.
Yes, absolutely. Talladega is going to be another crazy one since we just had raced there in the All-Star race and we saw what happened there. So
Yeah, and that was our first tackle in the Cup Series. I mean, we've had practice sessions time and time again, but Crimson, you've actually shown some speed at Talladega in the Cup Series. What's your thoughts going into next week?
Biggest thing is, as long as you can stay with the pack. And one thing that I've noticed a lot of people are having trouble with is going into turns, just backing off of the driver in front of you, and that plays a big role in, being able to gain speed coming off of turns and being able to stay consistent. One of the things that I had to learn was, like I said, staying off drivers. If I'm able to, if anybody's able to kind of time things perfectly, they can come off corners and make passes and be able to, get enough speed to get around and make some positions and actually be able to be competitive. Um, and you're not losing the car like crazy, because a lot of the times when with these new cars, the draft package pulls you right in, and you have a tendency to lose control of that car just a little bit. So
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be um, who can stay within the draft because you pull. It's another drafting track. You pull out and you're a goner unless you have help. Uh, really got to time your runs just right with these cars, and I'm see what's going back at the All Star race. We had about 12 guys at probably 18 to 20. So it's going to
and
factor in a whole
you
new lifestyle.
you used a big word there, is if you have help. You want to, establish almost some alliances early. You don't want to be running a two-car tandem versus a six-car in front of you. You're not going to stand a chance. So you want to try to establish the alliances early, get in the same pit cycles. Everybody's got to be on the same rhythm. And I think that's going to be key factors to being able to pull out a win for anybody next week.
Oh, it will most definitely. And I want to kick back over here to the truck series real quick and talk about kind of what to expect. Because tonight is not just Indianapolis, it's the last race of the Triple Truck Challenge, where all drivers are eligible that are competing for a championship are eligible. And we've only seen a few drivers get those extra points, those extra playoff points. And I love in the chat, Deport quit taking away INF's shout outs. That's his thing. Let him have them. Deport out here shouting out INF, shouting out Flash, shouting out Deport after last week INF did the exact same thing. So, yeah, INF, that's all yours. But what the hell you say? UT is LR. All right, that's the comment of the night. But back to the truck series, we have the Triple Truck Challenge going on tonight, where people can advance their position in the points, get 10 bonus points, finishing the highest finisher, which is pretty much winning the race, and then also gain extra playoff points towards the end of the season as it wraps up. Uh, as we after tonight, we go to Texas, and then after there we go to Chicagoland, and then it's Talladega. That's it for the Truck Series until the playoffs start. 3 races is what defines now until the playoffs. So, Mo, what is your thoughts if you're in this position, racing for maximum points? What does this triple truck challenge mean to you, knowing you only have 3 chances to gain as much points as you can, but tonight is the last chance to make up most of your playoff points to get extra versus what you're going to get in the next 3 races?
yeah, I think honestly, if anybody knows how I race, once everything's on the line, you are a lot more aggressive and maybe make moves that you normally wouldn't. And if you're a guy that's on the fringe and you don't know if you're gonna make the playoffs, every stage matters. And if you're in sixth place, try to get to fifth place. If you're in fifth place, try to get to fourth, so on and so on. Um, no matter where you are, because every point absolutely matters. So I think you might see some people do things that maybe they normally don't do, or maybe they race a little bit more aggressive. You're at a track where I think aggressiveness is kind of key because Indy is mostly a one-lane track for the most part, other than the straightaways, you use the draft to your advantage a little bit. But in the turns, you want to be as low as possible. So you might see a little bit of bumping and stuff. But yeah, if you're on the fringe, you better take every stage like it's the last lap of the race, in my opinion. Maybe some don't agree with that, but if you want to win championships in this league and if you want the points, you got to do what you got to do. It doesn't mean you got to wreck people. It doesn't mean you got to, you know,
You gotta
push
be a little
people into the
aggressive.
wall.
You got
Right, but you got to make
the nudge
moves
is going
that,
to happen.
hey, you
The
got to make
nudge
moves
will
to
happen.
maybe ruffle feathers.
Oh yeah, you got to. Well, and
Yeah.
right now the playoff system, the truck drivers actually do not have access to this as of right now. It'll be updated for them post Indy tonight. But if the playoffs were to end right now before this race even starts, there are only 3 drivers that have locked themselves into the 8-car field or 8-truck field for the playoffs, and that is LRS, who would start first with 37 playoff points, and then you have Clater in second as a rookie, mind you, with 14 playoff points added to him, and then third would be INF, gathering 10 playoff points so far in this season, which is going to be huge going deeper into the playoffs. Now, big question: the guys who are fighting for a spot that are not locked in, where tonight could matter. The next 3 races are going to definitely matter, and that's Flash in fourth with only 7 playoff points, so he's got a little bit of a cushion. The biggest one is the fight for fifth through eighth. You got Drake right now that'll be holding the 5th spot with only one point to the good, and then you have Deport in sixth, also 1 point to the good as a rookie. Then seventh, Low Broke, out by 1 point, and Mr. J as a rookie would also be starting outside the cut line in that 8th position. So very, very tight right now, and I can't wait to see how he into that playoff system as we are getting the invite to load in. Boys, it is game time here in Indy.
Let's go.
A shout out to the Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. Y'all will hear more from that on the podcast this Friday night. Don't forget to tune in there.
Don't have heathen on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I don't plan on it. Once I get loaded in, I'll get y'all the invite. We'll get this show on the road. They're doing their one pace lap right now to get everything lined up, ready to go. And okay, nice going. They did not take a pace lap.
I guess you can send me an invite when you're able, Alex.
I am working on it right now. Either they took a pace lap and we were just that far behind. I did not think we were, but yeah, they are already racing underway.
Maybe they just set it up one by one.
Now they had everybody loaded in just randomly, but I guess they did do a pace lap, and I got the invite as soon as possible, but I guess not so much. There's only 11 laps to go. There was only like 15 to start, but 11 to go in the first stage. We already have one driver lagged out of that race. I don't know who that is right now. Y'all need the invite though, right?
Yep, I am loading in.
Loading in now.
Cool. Alright, so
I love getting my
Hey.
loads in.
Clater is the one who is lagged out. So, huge
Oh.
implications.
That's an unexpected lag out there.
I think
Yeah.
he would have been a contender tonight too. And it looks like
Absolutely, I had him top 3.
Yep, and they are battling up front. They are 2 by 2. At least they were before going into one there.
Yeah, nobody's giving an inch right now. People are all over the back of that 34 machine.
Absolutely. I'm trying to go through the field and see who's who. Edge is out front. All right.
Yeah, that is that Indiana tribute, which honestly I like it. Blue,
Yeah,
gold, and white. That's fitting. So
yeah. It's like the Indiana Pacers as the 98 goes to the lead.
now we see
Okay,
the
D-Port.
32 of,
Yep.
HD right there. HD actually shows some speed here early on.
Yeah. I think he just went a little too low there and scrubbed some off, but D4 was able to arc that a little bit better.
So one thing I
But look
find
at
interesting
Edge.
is HD. His chances at a playoff spot right now are very slim. He needs INF to just about just not show up to a race, which and those two are best friends. But he almost has to rely. Oh, and we see a wreck.
Oh, big wreck.
There's a big one.
Someone was flipping. I think Dusty flipped a
You
little
got
bit there, did a half flip. Then Go Dogs, I think, was in it too, or was that the 98 that was in it?
That
I can't tell.
it was a D-port. I don't know who embanked off of him coming off of turn 2 there.
It was D-Port in the 10 of Dusty. That was
That's gonna be
big.
that's gonna be the first caution of the night as they race it back to the line.
Other
Yeah,
two
Dusty
big
involved in
contenders.
that.
Yep. As the caution is out and someone banging the wall back there. Damn, I like Claytor's scheme too, and he got knocked out.
Yeah,
That's
it wasn't a
what you
bad
hate
scheme.
to see. You hate to see it.
It could be worse. We could be doing with 3 people lagging out at the same time like we had at the Charlotte race in the Cup Series.
That was insane. I've never seen anything like that.
Never in my life.
A racing edge rocking the Indiana Pacers. Don't call him Reggie Miller. Uh,
So
and
kind of
I'm
going through the
assuming the
schemes
pit
here. We
road
got
will be open.
Yeah, it will be open this time. So is that? Am I just seeing things, or is Lobro running a Skittles scheme?
He might be. Let me get to him.
Is that?
Where
Or
is the load? Yeah, that looks like a rainbow scheme. Could be a Jeff Gordon tribute too. You never know.
it could be.
And the 68 has a Jimmy Johnson theme going on.
Yeah, INF has always got something up his sleeve.
Yeah. Surprise Hack didn't do a Jimmy Johnson theme.
I like the Napa scheme by the 15 of Go Dogs. Some kind of Chase Elliott scheme maybe, or Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip, yeah. It is a Daytona 500 right around the corner, so.
It is. Finally, NASCAR is back, so y'all don't have to check us out anymore and have us rely on your NASCAR rights because NASCAR is back this week. Daytona, Mole here is going to be at the racetrack. So,
Yes, sir.
along with a couple other people.
Still tune in, though. It's all right.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
tune in every week.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. But yeah,
Crimson-
I will be there.
What's your thoughts going into right here? We got caution. We're going to be restarting with probably about 6 to 5 to go in this stage.
You know, I think like we were talking about early, everybody's gonna be pretty aggressive, just trying to get as many points as they can coming to the end of the stage. I think everybody's just gotta be smart about it. But you know, I'm fully expecting to see a little bit of aggression coming out of these drivers as we get ready to finish up the stage.
Yeah, it looks like HD won the race off pit road, so.
Well, that top 4 is surprising to me. You got HD and Edge front row, and then you have LRS and Ranger on that second row. We were talking about him in pre-race.
Yeah, that's true. I said Ranger just needs to get around a few cars, and I think he can make some magic happen. I don't know how HD won the race off pit road there. I feel like maybe he was second going in. I don't know. But if he wasn't, I feel like he has some strategy that I wouldn't do myself. But I could be wrong.
He's pulling an SP strategy, getting 2 tires.
Now, God bless America. SP strategy or the one bad strategy.
Yeah. SP is the one taking fuel or taking no tires. One man was the one taking 2 tires, so.
Yep. I think SP would take one right front tire if he could.
Now, here's one thing that could work here at Indy is we have the choose cone lap, and we'll see how they choose this time by. But this could be an opportunity for some people to take advantage, even though they're starting up front, but take advantage of a 4 tire if anybody was to take 2 tires, get the better jump on the restart by going pit road, topping off with fuel if it comes down to fuel race, or get 4 fresh tires. If you thought about it, if you took a second guess, lose your position, but then gain it back on that restart.
Yeah, that's very true. And depending on how many laps should go to the stage, you can pit and maybe save your stuff for the next stage too.
Yeah, so we're restarting with about 5 to go here in stage number 1. And HD talking about that inside. This will be our first chance to see how these drivers take on at turn 1. You'll have LRS pushing behind HD, and you'll recognize also the blue tires on the trucks. Those are your eligible guys for the Triple Truck Challenge.
LRS is up there, and being right behind HD, who is also in the Triple Truck Challenge. There's going to be some aggression there, I feel like. LRS needs the points.
We're going to restart
LRS
on
is a
board.
patient guy, though, so.
Oh, he is. I think really he's got enough patience with 5 to go. This is a very large track. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Now, there's somebody you don't see very often. That's right behind LRS in that 5th spot, Denny.
There you go.
Nice, we get ready
And
for the
you know,
restart.
honestly, Denny's been a little bit of a sleeper this season, it seems like.
Yep.
He really has.
Absolutely.
Back on the
You
green,
never know what can happen.
we started with onboard Ranger. He didn't get the best restart. Denny able to kind of jump him out there.
Tell you what, that 34 got a heck of a restart. He timed that
We got 3
perfectly.
around on the backstretch, or going into turn 1. We got
His
4 or 5
MGR.
trucks around. Hack was involved.
See if they call
Well,
that or not. It's technically
yeah.
MGR, but
It, technically MGR, so we'll see if they call it. Well, it was more than 2, but still MGR, so don't know with how LRS wants to call it. We'll see coming back to the line, but right now we are racing. Battle for second between Edge and Denny.
I think HD took 2 tires because he has fallen like a rock. That or he's just gotten shoved up the track.
Wait.
One of the 2.
Okay, I'm in the 99.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
my bad. Hold up. My dumb butt.
Flash.
My dumb butt.
LRS is first, and they are calling that a caution.
It looks like they're calling it.
I'm apologize
Must
to
have been half the
Flash
field.
for calling Flash Denny. He's gonna probably accuse me of him calling him slow. Denny, I had hope for you. If you're listening to this later, and Flash, I'm so sorry for calling you that slow.
Alex, what's the lap count looking like right now?
Yeah, so Dusty was involved in this. Don't have a lap count just yet. I assume probably if we restart with 5 to go, it's going to be about 3 to go. So we'll see what they choose to do here. If they're going to run it under caution or if we're going to get a restart before the end of the
I feel like we might get a lap shootout or a 2-lap shootout. I don't know. LRS seems to be going faster under caution.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of noticing. So I'm wondering if
Yeah,
they're
I
going
wonder
to
if
finish
they're
it out
just
under
gonna-
caution.
Very well might. I guess we'll see if people
Yeah,
pit here or
going into
not.
pits.
Well, they're open to pits.
Yeah.
They might do a one-lap
maybe
shootout.
Yeah, maybe they're like, hey, why not get around this backstretch a little bit quicker?
Alright, so
I don't know if I would have pit there. I just don't think you would have got a lot on your tires and stuff, especially being in the Triple Truck Challenge. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, I feel like if you're in that, the stage points would have been key. But maybe LRS feels safe enough to where he doesn't need them as much as others. And he'll probably stay. I'm assuming he'll probably stay out. Depending on lap count, he'll stay out going into the next stage.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be restarting with probably actually about 2 to go. It was a little less. They must restart with 6 and was down to 4 coming out of the pits for Dusty Stud. So we're
Well,
about
Flash
a lap
is now
off.
in the lead. Got Flash in the lead. Can't tell who's second right now.
That is the V6 of Ranger.
Ah, there you go.
And then HD is in third. Staying out on those tires. You said,
Yeah.
Noel, that he kind of fell off on the restart.
He did.
So-
It seemed like since he fell off that he only took 2, but maybe he got shoved up. I don't know. It could have been one of the 2. But yeah, he got pinballed and just fell back to 5th, I think. But hey, some people pitted in front of him, so.
Well, this is the crazy ending for stage number 1. We got choose cone right here, and then we're going green with 1 lap to go. So it'll be a 1 lap
Oh,
shootout for
shoot.
the end.
Oh, hey.
And
I know Flash is hungry for some wins, so.
and that caution was called. Like I said, if y'all know our rules, it's MGR, the minimal green run rule. That first lap, unless half the field's collected, and due to the size of that wreck, I saw at least 5 trucks involved, just from my vision on here. So that was the reason why the caution was called. It was over half the field was involved in that at some given way. So that's why we got the caution on the first lap out on the restart. It sets up for the crazy ending we're about to witness. Crimson on the front row. If you were the leader, where would you choose? Would you want the outside or would you want the inside?
If it's me, I'm choosing. I'm going to take that outside line, strictly because majority of the field is going to try to go inside, try to undercut, see if they can't make an advance. But that's also going to cause to a lot of bumping and banging, give an opportunity to that outside line to make that little bit of a jump. And if they get a good start coming off the line, I think the outside line might be the more powerful line coming out.
Yeah, I think you can arc it a lot better being on the outside line. I'm a bottom feeder myself, but I think being at Indy, you have to arc these turns very smoothly, considering they're short and narrow with the short chutes and everything. It looks like they go faster down the backstretch.
I don't
Which,
blame
hey,
them.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. This track's massive.
Yeah, this track is just about as big as Daytona is, if not, well, actually, yeah, it's about roughly the same size. But all right, so
Yeah.
1 lap shootout here to decide stage 1. Control is Flash. We got Ranger on the outside. Who's gonna be the dominant one in turn 1? Let's find out. We're back on the green.
Flash got a
Flash
huge
got the jump.
Yep. If he wants to arc it in, I would go up high. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
And Ranger gets ahead of HD for that second spot. HD's gonna get shoved down low on the low broke there.
Still under, I don't know. The guys that pitted, I guess if they didn't want the stage points that bad. There goes Flash serpentining down the backstretch.
Trying to break that draft of Ranger there.
Yep.
Ooh,
Ranger got a
Ranger.
little loose, but I think he got a better. He arced it a lot better. Look at him on the outside. There he
Ranger's
goes.
got the pull.
Yep. There goes
Ranger.
Ranger.
Holy cow, off of 4.
What a move by
Big run.
Ranger, baby.
Stage 1 winner for the first time this season. It goes to Ranger.
Good for him, man.
A power moved on the outside around Flash, who struggled in 3, and he took advantage into turn 4.
That move was sexy, I gotta admit. Looked like he got a little loose going into 3, but he arced it a lot better and just said, "Here, I'm on the outside." And Flash had nothing to stop him. No
So
way
look-
you're stopping that man.
So with that, the top 10 for the stage is Flash second behind Ranger. Third is HD. Fourth is Edge. Fifth, LRS. Sixth, Lowbroke. Seventh, Deport. Eighth, Dusty Stud. Ninth, Drake. And 10th, INF.
There you go. LRS, came from the back a little bit there, so.
Yep. Let's see how the stage 2 is. I think this is going to be another wild one. If that was anything like stage 1 was.
Yep. Looks like Edge won the race off pit road at the end of that stage. If he even pit, honestly. Edge just getting a really good restart.
That's awesome. I've lost sound to the engines. So now August. There we go. Just now got it back. I hate when it's just the fans roaring in the background. That's all you hear. That's
Oh,
lovely.
I know. It's the worst.
Yeah. So Edge
Yeah,
out in front.
Edge. Yep. Edge out in front with Mountain Ranger pushing him a little bit. Small little pack. HD in the wall.
But he's losing ground quickly.
Very quickly.
See how a lot of drivers sliding up about half a lane. Crimson, you think that's what you would do as a driver, or would you want to try to stick it a little lower?
If possible, I'm trying to stick that car as low as possible and let it, as I'm coming out, let it make its way up. With Ranger making a big pass there.
Now Ranger back out in front here. Flash just hanging
Nick the
tight in
wall.
third.
Yeah, I think he's chilling. Oh, Ranger in the
Ooh,
wall.
ooh.
Edge got into him a little bit. About to be 2x2.
We got-
almost 3
Wh-
wide.
who
Oh
is
my
3
God,
wide?
goodness,
Who's
LRS.
splitting?
LRS!
It's LRS. Wow.
What is he
That was
doing?
wild. LRS wanted to be the cream in the Oreo there.
We're still
All
3
right.
wide.
And it may pay off.
It might. Holy shit. And
He's
INF
moved up quite a bit.
Is INF in the lead? Am I looking at that right?
INF is.
INF is your leader right now. Where did he
That
come
is- how
from?
the hell
Where did he
INF
come
get
from?
up there? What the hell?
Oh
That
my
is
god.
insane. I mean, LRS got second out of that.
LRS
Is about
making
to
a big
take the
pull.
lead. Oh man, he's not gonna be able to make it stick. But man, he made that whatever move that was. It was like 3, 4, something wide, and LRS is just fucking coming through.
There's not room for that spot. There was no room.
No. Yeah, I said he had to be aggressive. Sure as shit, he was aggressive. Wow. That was fucking cool. I ain't gonna lie.
And now you got
Sorry,
Ranger
Twitch.
stuck in the back. And LRS now having issues.
LRS got.
Yeah, he's falling back. He
Yeah,
hit the
there
wall.
you go, LRS.
Got
Go
into
back to
the
where you
wall
belong after that ballsy move.
Jeez.
Try that again.
He just
INF
might.
is taking a huge lead.
Yep. INF took him massively. Someone we didn't really talk about, and I think he was in a wreck earlier.
Well, now all that has somewhat sorted out. We still got a good little battle up front. Just right behind the top 3, you got HD, Low Broke. A couple drivers in front of them. 98 Deport. And again, reminding y'all, oh, Low Broke and HD.
Oh,
HD's in the inside wall.
Someone died back there.
That was
Maybe they'll bring
HD.
out the caution. Yeah, it's HD. He's
Yep.
gonna be playing with a broken car. He's kind of used to that.
Yeah,
I
Low
feel
Broke
for
came
him.
off on the outside, and he got tight. He kind of hit the wall, and the truck just broke loose. And unfortunately, HD was on the inside. nowhere to go. It was just being kind of stuck on the bottom. So unfortunately, that does suck for him.
Yeah, he was up front in stage 1, and now he's all the way in the back. Not fully in the back, though. Equator is flagged out, but
Who is this in second right now? We got
Dusty.
Dusty Stud up to second.
nice. Worked his way back from almost flipping his truck earlier.
This time by will be 4 to go in stage number 2. INF, Dusty Stud, and Flash, your top 3. After a ballsy
Wow.
move from LRS, INF came out I don't know where and took the lead. I don't think anybody in this booth knows where INF came from.
No.
We're all focused on LRS.
Yeah, I think INF was probably in that mix. We just were not looking at it.
Yeah, INF was the least of our worries right at that point. Now you got Deport under Flash, letting him go by, obviously with a faster truck right now.
Yep, and Mountain Ranger might look to capitalize as well.
Yeah, Ranger is looking good. Crimson, you called it earlier. Said Ranger is going to be one to watch, and most definitely winning stage 1, having issues early on in stage 2 after LRS's move, and now he's fighting his way back up inside the top 5.
You know, all season he's really been, you know, anytime he's raced with us, he's always been one to watch. He's a great driver, has great track awareness, and really knows when to capitalize on some of those key points.
Yep, he got a little loose in the Flash there, but he's top 5, and I still think he's going to be a factor in the end, man. It seemed to be all spread out now.
So earlier I was speaking on INF. Some people may forget, and even some of our league guys have forgotten, but because he didn't start the season, but with the playoff format and how many breaks there are in the Truck Series schedule, INF is still championship eligible. Even though he missed the first 2 races of the season, he's able to come in and start full time, and now he is still championship eligible to go out here and win it all. So he is looking for every possible stage point there is.
Absolutely. He hasn't missed 3, so he's good, and he's making every bit count today. It seems like Dusty's closing in a little bit, but I don't know if he'll have enough time.
Yeah, Dusty
seems to
trying.
be. Yeah, he seems to arc it just a little bit better than INF does. But I don't know if he'll have time. He's probably hoping to get his draft. How many laps we got on the stage, Alex?
We are coming to 2 to go this time. Actually, no, maybe 1 to go.
We should be crossing with 1 to go.
Yep, 1 to go this
Yeah.
time.
Yep, so I don't think... Yeah, I don't think Dusty's going to be able to get to INF. Unless INF hits the wall or something.
And the way INF is running this race right now, I mean, he's arcing the turns the way he needs to be. He's, you know, letting the car do the work and not fighting it too much. He's running a great race.
Yep, he doesn't have to do too much right now. He just has to hold steady. If he can hold steady, he'll be alright.
Yeah, and he already won. He's already won in the Triple Truck Challenge, but unfortunately, he's not eligible, only because he did not become full time until after Mid Ohio. So, with that,
Looks like Flash and
he will not be
LRS are
eligible to get the
racing.
points for the trip, but he will be getting his 1 playoff point and his stage points right here as he crosses the line for stage number 2.
Yeah.
It goes to INF.
Nice. INF, Dusty. 1, 2, and Flash and OS had a little golden.
So Deport 3rd, Ranger 4th, Flash is 5th, rounding out your stage 2. And then 6th is LRS, 7th Lowbroke, 8th is Edge, 9th is Hack, and 10th is Mr. J.
Edge went way back there, huh?
He fell off. I think a lot of drivers fell off after the bold move there.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to play catch up, and this is going to restack the field up for what's going to be a interesting stage number 3. We've seen craziness involved in stage 1, one lap finish to the dash. Ranger gets his first stage win. Stage 2, LRS makes a power move that I don't think none of us have ever seen. So,
Yep.
Crimson, what do you expect in stage 3 here?
Stage 3, I'm hoping to see exactly same thing we were seeing in stage 2, just crazy moves. People capitalizing, trying to slip in down on that lower line, catching people when they're coming up, hitting the wall. I think it's going to be a great finish coming to the end.
Mo, what are you thinking?
Man, these guys are throwing out all the haymakers they can possible. So I think there's going to be some craziness to come as INF pulls away a little bit, but I think the best is yet to come in this race, to say the least. Now that INF hasn't pulled away on a huge gap, they still have his draft, and I don't think he's going to be as gone as he was, but maybe I'm wrong, because he's running this track a lot better than the others.
Well, we got 15
He
to
seems to
go
be all
for
over
this
the place.
third stage, so 15 laps around this 2.5 mile track is a lot. So plenty of time for mistakes, plenty of time for haymakers to be thrown.
Yep,
I think the guys
Deport's right
learned.
there.
I think the guys learned. Let's calm down. Let's single file out and see what we can do here.
Yeah, you would hope so. Oh, as Deport gets into the wall. And INS says, thank you, Deport. I am going to set sail. Nobody has my
LRS
draft.
makes the pass.
Yep, nobody has my draft. And
Yeah, IDF is not worrying about his rearview mirror right now.
nope, I would turn it off and just act like I'm in a test session. Not going to worry about a thing right now.
Yeah, they're single file. LRS not with really any draft help, so he's not even able to lock on to IDF's draft right now.
Yeah, they
That's when
spread
play
out.
a crucial role.
Yeah, they single filed real quick this stage.
They did. We got a couple of little battles here. Go back towards the back. You got Edmonton, Lowbrook, and Flash battling for position. HD, unfortunately, with his issue of between him and Lowbrook, it stuck him in the back, and with them going single file quickly, has deterred him from gaining further positioning right now.
Yeah. I think this is what INF wants to see. See what LRS has for him. If he has anything. Might be catching him a little bit here. I don't 100% sure. Not far from him. Wonder if he's catching his draft now. It's closing. Battling going on mid-pack.
Ranger trying to close in inside his top 5, stay within the top 5, but he's just kind of stuck in this little line of convoying right now.
Yep. LRS is about a car length off of INF. And INF got a little loose into 3. That's going to close LRS right back up. It's about to... Ooh, LRS hit the...
LRS put the bottom lane there.
Yep. He lost a little time, but I mean, he has his draft, so... There. Let it be on his bumper going in. He's got time, though. He doesn't have to stress too much just yet. You can work with them for a while, too. I don't know if they'll have to pit this stage or not.
Let me check in with Dusty's, and we'll find out if they have to. He hasn't been showing his tracker at all on pits. He's been showing the leaderboard, so...
I guess we'll see. I guess if it's me and we have to pit, I would work with INF for a little bit. pull away,
Yeah.
make it a 2-car race.
Yeah, at this point, you're trying to get in with each other and try to work with each other.
I think that's
That's
kind of
what
what he's trying to do. They're pushing each other, so.
and they're starting to pull on that third place truck of Dusty. Pretty wide
Yep.
back behind him for a
Yeah.
split second.
I think he's like, INF, let's link up together and roll for a bit and battle it out at the end. LRS dives it in deeper than INF, though. I think that might be the difference. LRS is on that white line every single time.
Yeah, he is not
INF.
afraid to get
No.
dirty.
No. INF has like a little lane above it.
He's about a half lane up from what LRS is running.
Yeah. And LRS, he'll create a lane apparently, so.
LRS now trying.
And he's gonna open it up.
Yeah, thought he was gonna go for it there.
And he falls right back into line there.
Yeah. Dusty is almost on LRS's back bumper too.
Yeah, Dusty's starting to
32.
close in on his front two because they've been kind of staying side by side a couple laps, and now you see Dusty trying to work the outside.
Yep. LRS hit the rumble strips a
He is
little
going to
bit
get
there. Yeah. And he might say,
He's
"Screw
gonna
you
open it
guys,
up
I'm
to
not
Dusty."
working with anyone." Yeah. He might try to take the lead.
Yeah, Dusty is closing in, and LRS, after he missed his corner corner exit, that allowed Dusty to go on the outside there, and now Dusty is all over back over INF. I think if anybody has anything for INF, I think right now it's Dusty. LRS still has a good shot, but Dusty just seems to have the
Yeah.
faster truck right now.
I'm wondering if LRS's truck's getting a little loose as the run goes on. But he doesn't look like he's trying to do too much right now. He's just patiently waiting. He could have went low on Dusty right there and he decided not to.
Okay, so right now on the gas mileage, there's 8 laps to go, and they are at 8 laps to go on fuel.
Oh, oh shit. All right, well. Interesting.
I'm trying to see when does it cut down to 7 on the fuel mileage.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that's why these guys are all in a line right now. Or at least Dusty and LRS with INF. Maybe they're saving a little bit.
Trying
They-
to reserve what they can.
Yeah, using that draft to their advantage.
So Dusty clips the. So Dusty is going down to 7 laps of fuel, coming out of turn 4, and then they're hitting 7 to go at the line.
Oh, whoa. Oh man, I guess I feel like with the trucks you get about half a lap when it hits 0, so he might be good.
But
It's
man,
tough to say.
if you're coming out of turn 4, I mean, you gotta think how much straightaway you have until you hit that start and finish line. I mean, that start finish line is almost in turn 1.
Didn't Dusty lose a race by sputtering already?
He's lost about 2 or 3 this season because of fuel mileage.
Oh, man.
Fuel mileage and
Oh,
Dusty
man.
do not have a good combination.
Oh, I feel for the guy.
So if you
God
see
bless.
Dusty in the lead in this position right now, I'm not putting my odds that he's going to win because he's lost already so many because of fuel strategy. So
Yeah, so he probably is still saving even though. Yeah, that's a tough one.
yeah,
So
there's
my
6 to go
question
on.
would be, if you're not inside that top 5, top 7, do you go ahead and pit, just grab some fuel, and hope that you can make some advantages on, people sputtering out coming to the end, or hope and
Yeah.
pray that there might be a caution? I
Yeah,
feel like that would put you in a stellar position to finish.
yeah, absolutely. That or
I,
slow up even further now.
I was gonna say, I think slowing up, and I think that's what we just saw happen while we're talking about there. Dusty taking the lead away from INF, and INF didn't put a battle against him. He's like, "You want it, you can have it." I think
Yeah,
INF saying, let him, if he's gonna lose because of fuel, let him go out in front, and I'll
yeah,
draft off of him, save a little fuel to make it to the end.
yeah. I feel like INF probably has less than Dusty does. So they hit the 5 to go mark, Alex.
Yes, they are. 5 to go now.
Uh-oh. No cautions anymore. So
So it is all for it. And yeah, we have these three guys up front, but we also have Edge, who has creeped into that fourth position and almost latched on to LRS's draft.
oh man, and INF takes
INF
the
needs
lead
to
right
move.
back.
It's about to be a 5 truck battle.
Oh
We
my
got,
goodness.
I don't know who that is in fifth, trying to see. Looks like that is Mountain Ranger has
Yeah,
now latched on.
they.
Ranger has latched
Oh,
on to LRS's draft. He is there.
where did
4 to
Ranger
go.
come from? This is fun. This has gotten real fun.
And Edge has now passed Dusty for second place.
I wonder if these guys were saving so much that it just brought these guys to the fucking dance.
I don't know. I have an odd feeling something's going to happen with Ranger. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
He's been
These
there
guys-
all night, just knocking,
Yep.
waiting on his opportunity.
He can just stay consistent. Maybe just get a top 3 out of this. I mean, it would be a huge success for the 56 truck.
yep,
We're down to
absolutely.
3 to
INF
go.
is pulling away again though.
But INF may have saved enough. I mean, he may need to get behind Dusty there, save just enough.
Yep,
And then
just needed a
he's
10.
like, all right, I'm good. Let's go.
Yep,
Now,
they keep
Dusty
battling.
on the outside there, getting hung to dry.
Yeah, they keep battling, and INF is just like, yeah, keep it up, guys. I don't care.
Ranger side drafting number 10 of Dusty. Like I said, that draft is everything.
I don't know if they're gonna have what it takes to get to INF. INF is the class of the field.
I think they started battling a little too early, and that allowed INF to be able to pull away and
Yep.
all but secure a win.
Yep,
Yep.
barring anything crazy.
We're at 2 to go now this time, and things have kind of settled out for right now. Edge in the wall.
Who knows though? Maybe INF didn't save enough yet.
Oh, it's not over until we see that checker flag fly. We all
Yeah.
know that too well this season, especially in the Xfinity Series.
Absolutely. I feel like INF couldn't have saved as much as LRS and Dusty there.
They're still fighting for second place.
Mhm.
Here we come down the straightaway. INF has a good lead. He's going to be seeing the white flag this time by here at Indy.
Yes, we shall see.
All right, so Dusty's light just came on, so they're fine on fuel.
Yeah, he's good. Assuming INF's good too.
This is a long way around this track. You see INF get loose off of 2. This is a
Yep.
long truck back to the start and finish line. This is what INF
It's gonna
wanted.
make a move.
He started the triple truck challenge by winning it at Mid-Ohio. Then 2 weeks ago we had troubles. He didn't really have the finish that he wanted.
Ranger's gonna jump
Think
all the way
Ranger's
up
gonna
to
get a top
third.
3?
Coming
He
off
just
turn
capitalized
4.
on LRS and Dusty sliding up.
Coming to the line, INF is going to win in Indianapolis and get to kiss the virtual bricks.
Let's go.
And
Good
like I
race
said,
by INF.
Edgerton gets second, and Ranger capitalizes on Luke for the top third position. What a race.
Yeah, that was good. INF, I think, was the class of the field tonight. He led the most laps and still don't know where he came from. But as soon as he got to the front, he did not move from there.
No, he did not.
INF definitely was the showing of being at the right place at the right time.
Yep. Absolutely.
I want to go back and just look at the footage just to see where did he come from exactly, because that is what changed the outcome of this race, was that move.
Yep.
Well, we're going to go grab our interviewers for our top three, and we'll be right back after this quick little break. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome on back. It has been an amazing race that we got to witness here. So, with that, we are going to kick it off to our victory lane celebrations with Crimson, and he is with down there in victory lane with our winner, INF.
Absolutely. First off, I'd like to issue a big congratulations, INF. Kind of talk us through exactly what you saw tonight and what led up to you getting, a commanding win like that.
Yeah, well, it started off kind of deep in the pack. Didn't really have the best of qualifying efforts, so I knew it was going to be rough from the start. And getting involved in the two wrecks in the beginning of stage one definitely did not help with that, but that's okay. And then stage two, uh, yeah, I saw a gap open. Everyone went up the track, and the inside lane just was wide open. And I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and take it. 7 cars in one turn, and took the lead. And after that, well, I knew I had a fast car, and I just never looked back. I the car just really fell in sync. I was saving a bunch of fuel perfectly. LRS and me were kind of the same game plan. He was just wanted to stay behind and push and try and save some fuel because we were very close to the line. But we managed to save just enough. I almost threw it away in three, being too cautious. I slid up the track. I was like coming on that last lap. I was like, don't pull a Hildebrand. Don't pull a Hildebrand. What do? I almost like sell again, and that would have crushed me. But I was just once I got off turn four, everything just like started to wash away, and I was like, whew, well, that's off my back now.
Man, it looked like, from the second you took that spot in stage two, you had the race locked down. Kind of talk to us a little bit about what's going through your mind as, like you said, you got hung up in a couple wrecks in the beginning of the race. What's going through your mind as a driver of how can I tackle the next couple stages to be where I need to be.
Yeah, it's a whole mentality shift. Once you get to the lead, it's immediately okay. Focus on hitting your lines. Now you gotta start watching the mirror a bit more cautiously. See when the runs are starting to pick up, and watch everything. Be a little bit more cautious when you're behind another driver. I'd say like deeper in the field, it's more just focus on attacking, trying getting moves done, and then once you get into the lead, similar to any race, whether it be a marathon, bicycle race, car race, anything. It's just about dictating the pace and trying to set a tone for the rest of the field to follow, and try and keep a calm and level head, and just keep hitting your lines.
I got you. Well, INF, congratulations, man. Alex, we're going to kick it back up to you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to kick it right back down to our next pit road reporter on pit road now with our second place finisher. I'm over here snacking on some pizza, waiting for my chance. So, Mo, you're good to take it away with our second place finisher tonight.
Absolutely. I will take it away. Edge, man, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir, man. Well, hey, you raced a heck of a race there. I feel like towards the end it was a three-car battle. It was Dusty, it was LRS, and it was INF, and then you came out of nowhere. Talk me through that last stage, man, and how you were able to pull up all the way to second.
Honestly, truck was fast all night. Just some stuff happened in stage 2, got me behind the 8 ball, and just having to recover from that. Um, I was probably a second and a half behind third place at one time, and I just kept driving the corners better, and just kept moving while they were saving, and I just kind of caught them. I had enough to get to the line, thankfully, but I couldn't have won another lap. So I'm grateful that the checkered flew when it did, and it's it's good to be back in Indiana.
Yep, absolutely, man. I think you made Indiana proud, and I think you've been racing a heck of a race all season long. So congrats to the second place, and I will kick it back over to Alex for third place.
Yes, sir. And I'm down here with Mountain Ranger after just getting back from his little vacay away from racing. He comes back and starts off in the Cup Series last week at Charlotte. Does very well for himself. Leads the first laps in his Cup career in UTLR, and then gets to return to his home series this season in the trucks and cap it off with a third place finish. Ranger, you had a great truck tonight. We were watching you all race long, saying, this cat might have something in the bag for these leaders. Um, we noticed you were kind of laying back a little bit, and then later on in stage 2, you ended up having issues with that whole restart uh, mayhem. I don't know what to call that, but you got the bad end of that, shuffled back. How'd you manage to make your way back to the front after getting spread out?
Yeah, I felt like my truck was it was coming to me as the runs went a little bit longer, but my lines were consistent, and I was capitalizing on some of other drivers' mistakes, um, and I was able to make it through, and I finally got a stage win. But yeah, ultimately staying clean. But once I stayed in the top five, I didn't really have to worry about anyone behind me. It was just trying to get forward to the next pack, and then on turn 3 in the last lap, capitalized on a mistake made, and then I was able to get into third. So yeah, good race. Super super happy.
Well, with that being your return race and pulling off a third place finish, how's this feel for you going towards any chances you might have at making the playoffs? I know you're kind of out of it just a little bit, but you're not not out of it. So, how's this treat you going forward, even in like Texas next week? How you prepare for the next race?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just need to continue to put in practice on the track. That definitely is a momentum shift for me. I think I've got a little bit of momentum, and it shows everyone that like I can drive, I can be in the front. Um, so I think, ultimately I was trying to get a win. I, made a couple mistakes that pushed me back too far to get forward. But yeah, I'm hoping that this momentum will stay with me and I can keep getting top fives and plug away at the points and maybe either win in or somehow get points.
Well, man, you definitely showed that you had a truck to compete with, getting your first career stage win in UTLR tonight after an amazing pass done in stage one, and then capitalizing on some points in stage two and coming out here and getting a top three in the race. Very job well done here in Indianapolis. So have fun, celebrate it, and hopefully we get to see you in Texas next week to see what you can do over there.
Yep, I will see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Well, with that, is going to cap it off for everybody here in the UTR Live Studios. It has been such an honor to have two of the better guys up here that you won't probably ever see again, except for maybe a couple one-offs like this. But Mole, this is your second time doing this season, and I'm so thankful to have you up here. It was such an honor to have you commentate the Indianapolis race here in the trucks.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be here. Glad Crimson could be here.
Yep, and Crimson, same back to you. This is your first time being up in the booth. So glad that we were able to have you up here in the booth as well. For your first time, it was awesome.
Absolutely, man. Had a great time. Got to watch a great race. Hang out with you guys for a little bit, and I look forward to being able to do this again.
Yes, sir. Never know when the time might come. So appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything that y'all do to help out here. And again, another shout out to our sponsor for everything that they do. This league would not happen without the Xbox One esports race community and Rock and his people over there. So thank y'all so much for such a great broadcast tonight. And again, the trucks will return to Texas Motor Speedway next Tuesday night. But again, this is it for the racing this week in UTLR. Cup Series is off, and so is the Xfinity. So the next thing up on the UTLR Live Network is over on the podcast this Friday night. You'll want to tune in. We're probably going to be watching the Truck Series race at the same time, so it's going to be an awesome show you'll want to definitely check out. So until then, guys, have a great night. Be safe and have an amazing week.